Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with our first ever kind of different video inside this series. Yes, as you guys will have known if you watched the video from San Marino a few days back, we have officially signed as a test driver for Red Bull inside this game. I feel like we've got some pace, we're starting to build the consistency as well, but we just need a better car if we want to try and move towards the front of the Formula 1 world. So we have signed with Red Bull. I believe the team only want us to complete 2 personal and 2 kind of rival tests inside this series. We've got until Friday the 4th of June to try and ready for our review to see if we're going to be a good second driver for the organisation. So today you are going to watch a man in pain because we're going to try and complete some of these tasks inside this game. I've got no idea how long this video is going to take. I've got no idea what's going to happen, but let's head to Barcelona then, ready for our first personal test. Go then, first test we got to try and do inside this game. We've got to beat the cumulative 3-lap target time over a number of laps. So we are basically given one chance here, an out lap, and then we've got to try and average, what's that, about a 180, 117, a 116 and a half is basically what we're looking for. This isn't actually my first laps in the Red Bull though inside this series. We did get offered a test driver role with them over the winter as well. So Red Bull have been rather interested in our services. But yeah, we've basically just got to try and learn how this car handles and then immediately be up to pace. We can't have any errors now. We've just got to try and perfect this. These are literally my first laps of Barcelona on a wheel as well then. And well, this is normally one of the worst tracks for kind of driver program tests inside this game. One of the most difficult to really try and hit your lines down. I mean, that first lap then, we're going to be 7 seconds away from the target time we need. Now, there were a few mistakes. I reckon we could find at least another kind of 4-5 seconds, but 7 seems like a lot. As we make our way in towards turn 1, we are just going to have to try and send it. I generally don't know as well whether it's better when you're doing these tests, if it looks like you're going to fail it, whether it's worth just continuing on, or whether you're better off just kind of giving up with it and heading on to the next one. 55.4 through Sector 2, so we are definitely finding a bit more time. Just got to work out how fast I can take the final couple of corners as well. I believe this penultimate one should basically be flat. Not with lines like that though. Bottomed out over the curbing and met with a lot of understeer. First lap on the board, then it's going to be a 1:18.3, and that now basically means we need to do 1 minute 15s. Let's say, I don't know whether you're even scored by just how much you miss out by on these practice programs either. They're finally starting to figure out the line through that final couple of corners there. You just need a little blend of throttle and it's going to be alright. There is a 1:16.6. That's basically what we need to be aiming for. But the problem is now I've got to try and do a 1 minute 14 last lap. Oh, I tried to take Kamsa flat. Tried to take it completely flat out. I knew I had to try just to see if we could do anything towards the end of this lap there. And again, immediately you're going to lose a second or so. So we make our way through the final couple of corners. Yeah, less than 10 seconds left on the clock. We're not going to miss out by a huge amount in this first program, but Red Bull weren't known for being this brutal with drivers back in the early 2000s. So yeah, a little bit disappointing with that one. We're going to end up about 2-3 seconds away in test 1. So let's head into number 2. Next up then, we head to the Nürburgring here for one of the worst kind of tests on this game, simply because it takes quite a while. All we've got to try and do is set 3 lap times quicker than a 1:31.6, which actually here shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, there you go. As you can hear from our engineer, we're running high wing for the start of this session. Then they'll put us on a low wing setup and probably expect me to go a lot quicker. Hopefully, though, we'll get a tick in the box. But let's just wait and see. It's the other thing as well. I never remember on this program whether you've got to wait for the clock to run all the way down, or once you've kind of completed the task, whether the team will bring you back to the pit lane then. Are we going to get this first lap on the board, though? Hopefully, if we don't, we're not going to be a million miles away. 31.615. We were on a 30.9 there. That felt like a fairly good lap, but it wasn't too risky. I'll say I never know as well, kind of, whether if you smash the objective, whether the team kind of give you more bonus, or whether it is just a simple pass-fail. The inner workings of this game still remain a bit of a mystery to most people to this day. 31.2 though. And luckily, say, the team do just immediately end the session. So let's just go try and smash out these last 3 laps. Well, turns out I lied, actually. Once you cross the start-finish line, the clock does reset. Back up to 12.5 minutes, but finding a little bit more time then on this final lap. We did make a little mistake on the first one. Just ran a bit deep into this final chicane, so just trying to be really, really careful through there. Hopefully we can dip into the 1 minute 29s, though, on this final lap on the low wing setting, and that will be our first test completion successfully inside this game. 29-1! We will take it. But annoyingly, we're back at Barcelona for yet another test then. Coming up now. It's a similar style to the last one, though, so we just got to try and do 3 laps in a row. Setting a good lap time here, but annoyingly, the target is a 1:16.5, so obviously that's basically the time we had to try and do in the other program. It's going to be tough to try and do 3 laps back to back to back around here, twice over. Well, this first lap then is going to be a real test of just how close are we to where we need to be. Oh, completely flat through that penultimate corner there. That was pretty good. But are we going to beat that 16.5 target time? No, we don't. A 10th away. We can definitely do it, though. No! No! Oh, that's over. It's over. We don't have enough time to go again. We nailed the first 2 laps. We were just inside the target time, but how far are we down in Sector 1? Yeah, 2.5 seconds. Another... we just cannot do programs here in Barcelona. They're just impossible. Well, I've been trying to go through a load of programs then without much luck so far, but finally we've got one that has brought us to Magny-Cours. We can definitely beat clean here then. Again, I've actually driven this circuit before on the wheels so far in this game. It was, I think, in the Williams car actually when I was trying to get a drive with them over the winter break, but yeah, luckily... hopefully we can smash this one. As long as we can go quicker than Clem, that showcases the team kind of the pace and the ability we've got. But I think we've only got 3 more practices after this, so time is really ticking. Anyway, first lap coming up then. Just try and make sure we navigate that final chicane fairly sensibly. Not done a bad job. Outlap was a 15.1. Clean's is going to be slower than that. So I'm hoping, yeah, we can just do 1 really fast lap time and immediately kind of settle this. Not with lines like that, I won't know. Exploring the gravel trap, that'll definitely cost us. Well, really not taking any risk through that chicane in Sector 2. That's always where I make an error and lose a lot of places from it, but this, we have to nail it. This kind of test we cannot afford to fail. Magny-Cours, you have to beat them and beat them comfortably here because it's just your best chance in the entire game. 15.7 puts us 6/10 clear there with a handful of seconds left on the clock. As long as Clean doesn't beat it, which he won't. There we go. Safely, finally completed one. Another one. Hey? We passed that. How on earth has the game decided we failed that test then? We were running at the end? This game is rigged, honestly. Well, I'm pretty certain now I have to beat all 3 of these remaining tests. I mean, I beat the last one, and clearly the game didn't feel I did. No idea what that was all about. Yeah, very, very odd, but that has basically meant even if we complete all these 3, we've going to done the bare minimum the team is hoping from us. But it's better than not achieving the goals whatsoever. Toyota and BMW have both subsequently sent offers out and then rejected us. So not too sure how I feel about that. But yeah, come on, we need to nail this. Well, the worst bit about this circuit is always going to be that final chicane, but definitely seems more manageable on a wheel. Even with that error then, only 7/10 away after the first run. Come on, again, just like Silverstone, I know we can do this. It's just trying to get it hooked up. Well, we managed to get the first lap done by the skin of our teeth there, 17 thousandths of a second. Second one, though, on a 1:13.7, so that's a much more competitive time. Don't hit that curb. How on earth we got away with that one, I will never know. No, come on, I just see one more lap and it always goes away from us. Well, we lost so much time through Sector 1, a little bit of time through Sector 2. We're just going to have to send it through the final chicane. If I can't do this, I think our chances of a Red Bull drive are over. for the foreseeable future. Brake as late as I can. Absolutely send it in. Slap the wall on the exit. Will we be able to get the power down on the run towards start-finish line? Yes, we will. Just. Oh, man, that is... It keeps the hope alive. Once again, this is a bit of a do-or-die situation for us in towards the final couple of corners. We don't have... Oh, we just about have enough time if I needed to go out and do 3 more laps here. If I mess this one up, but if we can complete this now, I'll be rather happy. A little bit more comfortable than the first one there. Nice and easy through that final chicane. Don't hit the wall on the outside. And there we go. That's going to be another objective complete. Come on, 2 more left. We can do this. Well, I did panic a little bit because according to it, it was going to be a wet weather tyre test here in Indianapolis. Oh, we are on wets. We're on wet tyres on a dry track then here. That's a bit odd. But yeah, Indy, though, one of the strongest circuits against the AI. So hopefully we're going to be able to do this one without too many problems either. The first half of this test is much more difficult. Pretty certain the second half we go back out on dries. Through those hairpins, you can feel the tyres scrubbing awfully. Just hear them as well. So we try and put the power down through the final couple of corners. Speed looking a whole lot better in this thing than in the Midland car or the Super Aguri that we're used to driving. But less than 10 seconds on the clock then. So we make our way through the banking. Are we going to be anywhere near the objective time? I think we are. We're going to do a 17.3. That was a pretty decent lap, but nothing that I can't replicate. I'll say, if we had passed that Magny-Cours one, which we definitely did, I'd feel a bit more confident as we head into these final couple of programs. But as long as they are both here at Indy, then we should be pretty good. No, not if I do that. Oh, don't say I bottled it through literally the final corner of the run. Damn it! 17 thousandths of a second away. We have now got to perfect this. How stupid is that? Oh, we might have bottled this. We might have completely bottled this on the very last run again. We made just a little mistake through Sector 2. And now we've got to just try and find as much speed as we possibly can at the final corner here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I do not want to narrowly miss out, especially with the stupid mistakes I've made. I have! It's over. Just 2 little errors at the worst possible times. I'm so done with these challenges. Why did I leave Super Aguri? Well, luckily we're back at Magny-Cours, ready for the final test of this video, and all we've got to try and do is beat a 116.6, and I reckon we can do that first time round. If I absolutely nail it here, maybe if we can absolutely obliterate this, the team will have a bit of confidence to try and put me in the car. I mean, we were quicker than Clean. Even with that last fail, it still should have been enough to showcase to the team what we're capable of there, as that's not the line through turn 1 and 2, but this game never fails to frustrate me. And just, I mean, we've been completely screwed over in a couple of the tests that we were going to be able to complete the target times, and then the game has just decided that the session's over. We got put far too many of them as well out in Barcelona, which is really, really annoying inside this game, because you just, I mean, you can barely try and do the target times, or at least I can. Oh, big snap through there. In through the gravel will go. But, say, haven't invalidated the lap times somehow. But even with that huge error on our first run, we were still only a 10th away from the target time. So hopefully we're going to dip into the 114s here. I mean, if you're going 2 seconds faster than the target your team has set you, surely that is a good omen there. 15.1, we've done it, but apparently we've still got to do all 8 more laps. Well, it really helped Red Bull have watched us throughout this session and seeing the good lap times we're putting up. 8 of the 10 laps we have beaten the target time. Most of them have been in the 1 minute 15s as well, so hopefully, I mean, I'm not optimistic. I don't think they're going to rehire us and put us in a car, but I just don't want to spend all of this career mode just trying to, you know, fight for seats. I want to be racing, you know, racing against the other drivers up and down the grid, but we need to try and get a better ride to be able to do that there. 600ths of a second up by the end of Sector 2, but I think I've got to bottle that anyway. We'll absolutely send it through the final chicane, though. Our last test of this kind of first phase with Red Bull. Like I said, I'm not optimistic that this game can surprise you. A 14.5 last lap, 2 seconds clear of what they wanted from us. But we'll go have a look. I think it's going to be bad news. Okay. Thanks to your outstanding performance in recent test sessions, we have decided to give you a chance of racing for us. You will take over the second driver position immediately and will be on the grid for the French Grand Prix. I was never expecting that. This recording of trying to do these tests has taken me 2 hours. I am absolutely sweating at the end of that. But we've got a drive ready for the French Grand Prix. This should hopefully be a good track for us as well. Genuinely was not expecting that. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it through this kind of fun, weird little extra video, massively appreciate it. And I guess we'll be back then in a few days' time, ready for the French Grand Prix.